Welcome to the Shutter Sports Refresh. I'm your host Lucky Roberts, bringing you all the most important news in sports from the past week. Let's jump right into it. To start things off, we probably have the most exciting sports news of the year so far. In a complete surprise, the biggest trade in basketball history and potentially sports history went down on Saturday night. The Dallas Mavericks traded their superstar Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. This trade came out of absolutely nowhere and is massive because both Doncic and Davis are top 10 players in the entire world. What makes things even more interesting is that Doncic made the NBA Finals with the Mavericks just last season, so the team was clearly already good enough to win a championship. According to league insiders, the Mavericks were afraid of Doncic's poor cardio and didn't want to pay him the massive contract that he could have signed this offseason. Despite that, fans are still in complete shock as trading someone as good as Luka Doncic just never happens in sports. With Doncic now on the Lakers, he'll team up with the legendary LeBron James, creating an exciting team to watch in Los Angeles. Another big NBA trade just went down the next day as former All-Star De'Aaron Fox was traded from the Sacramento Kings to the San Antonio Spurs. Fox made it clear earlier this month that he wanted out, so the Kings needed to trade him or they would lose him for nothing in free agency. De'Aaron Fox teams up with second-year superstar Victor Wembanyama on the Spurs. They should make for an exciting watch as well. The official NBA trade deadline isn't until tomorrow, so stay tuned for next week to see if any more ridiculous trades went down. Next up, now let's talk about the Super Bowl, which goes down on Sunday, February 9th after a week break. The game will be between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles as the Chiefs look to secure their first ever three-peat in football history and NFL history. Make sure to tune into what could be a legendary night in sports history. The game kicks off at 6:30. And for our halftime show fans, the performer will be Kendrick Lamar, who actually just won Song of the Year and Record of the Year at the Grammys last night. He'll be joined on stage by SZA. Another big league moving into the playoffs is the Champions League of Soccer. After finishing up their last of 8 match days this week, they move on to the knockout phase. While the top 8 teams automatically move into the playoffs, the teams ranked 9th to 24th must play in a knockout bracket to see who gets the other 8 spots in the 16-team playoffs. Any team ranked below 24 is eliminated. Those games kick off on Tuesday, but let's first see who those top 8 teams were. On the men's side, it goes as follows. Liverpool, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, Los Lille, and Aston Villa. The knockout games between the rest of the teams will take place on February 11th to February 19th. So make sure to tune back into the refresh in the next couple weeks to see the results. And for our final piece of sports news, let's talk about the UFC event that went down on Saturday night. The headline fight was between Israel Adesanya and Nasruddin Imavov. Adesanya was the overwhelming favorite coming into the match, but in a surprise turn of events, Imavov took the win in just the second round by knockout. With an impressive right hook, Imavov gave Adesanya just the 5th loss of his career. Adesanya has been on a surprising losing streak recently. He has lost 4 of his last 5 fights. He was once considered to be one of the best fighters in the world, so it's strange to see this sudden turn in form. It makes you wonder what happened. Either way, this was still an impressive win for Nasruddin Imavov, so congratulations to him. And that's it for this week's episode of the Shutter Sports Refresh. Make sure to tune in every Monday for the most important sports news of the week. I've been your host, Lucky Roberts, and you can check me out on social media here, as well as Shutter Sports Media and the writer of this episode, Finn Noel. Thanks for watching.